Hey everyone, now let's talk about something huge. The United States just crossed a staggering milestone. Our national debt has soared past $37 trillion. That's more than the combined economies of the entire Eurozone and China. Let that sink in. Hey everyone, if you want more videos like this, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. Now, let's dive deeper into what this massive debt means. We're no longer just talking about long-term fiscal challenges or abstract warnings. This is real. America's debt is spiraling faster than ever before, and with it, the risks to our economy, our global standing, and our future are growing every day. In the past, the US added about $1 trillion in debt every 2 years. Then it sped up to every year. And now, we're adding $1 trillion every 5 months. That's twice as fast as the average pace over the last 25 years. And here's the kicker. We're not in a recession, not fighting a global war, and not in the depths of a pandemic anymore. So why is the debt still climbing like we're in a national emergency? The answer is simple: irresponsible fiscal choices. Our deficits, the yearly gap between what we spend and what we bring in, are hovering around 7% of GDP. Historically, that level was only seen during true crises like wars or recessions. At this pace, the recent $5 trillion debt ceiling increase, the largest in history, will be used up in just 2 years. It's a troubling cycle. The more debt we take on, the more interest we owe. Interest costs, once a tiny part of the federal budget, are now one of the largest expenses, second only to Social Security. We're talking about nearly $1 trillion per year in interest payments. That's more than what we spend on defense, veterans, or any other budget category except Social Security. Here's where it gets even more serious. As the government borrows more, it pushes interest rates higher. That doesn't just affect the government, it impacts every American. Families face higher mortgage rates, credit card interest, and student loan costs. Businesses pay more to borrow, which means less investment and slower growth. In other words, the debt is crowding out economic growth. Meanwhile, the federal budget spends more and more just to service the debt. That leaves less money for infrastructure, education, national defense, and social programs. It's a self-perpetuating loop. More debt leads to more interest, which leads to more borrowing, which leads to even more debt. And here's the scariest part. Washington keeps making it worse. It's like a drug addict digging a deeper hole, unable to break the cycle. The most recent budget reconciliation package added another $4 trillion to the deficit over the next decade. Even worse, that number could grow if temporary tax cuts are extended or planned spending cuts are rolled back. This isn't just unsustainable, it's reckless. There was a time when warnings about the national debt were dismissed as political noise or long-term speculation. But those days are over. The consequences are no longer theoretical. All 3 major credit rating agencies have downgraded the US credit outlook. That sends a loud message to the world. Even the global financial system is starting to lose confidence in our ability to manage our finances. International lenders and financial markets are watching closely. Future generations will look back and likely realize that their economic foundation was systematically dismantled. We're at a crossroads. If we continue on this path, we risk undermining the very foundations of our economic stability. But despite the danger, there is still time to act. Policymakers have a wide range of tools at their disposal. We know the solutions. They're not easy, and they require political will, but they are well known. Reforming entitlement programs, updating tax policies, cutting wasteful spending, and making smarter investments are all part of the solution. What's needed most right now is leadership. And, well, we all know where we stand on that. Let's take a quick look back. In the 2000s, we added $1 trillion every 24 months. In the 2010s, every 11 months. And now, in the 2020s, every 5 months. That's not just a trend, it's a red flag that everyone loves to ignore. At this rate, we're on track to pass $40 trillion within the next year or so. And remember, this is during a relative economic stability. No war, no pandemic, just regular times. Compare this to the post-World War II period. Back then, the national debt was high, but there was a plan, unity, and a shared recognition of fiscal responsibility. Today, that urgency is missing. The longer we wait, the fewer options we'll have. The interest we owe will continue to eat away at our budget. Global lenders may demand higher returns to offset risks. Eventually, we may be forced into painful austerity measures, not by choice, but by necessity. The United States is still the most powerful economy in the world. We have the tools and talent to turn this around, but the issue is being ignored routinely. The $37 trillion debt is more than just a number. It's a signal. The clock is ticking. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the growing national debt. Are you concerned? What would you do if you were in office? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this video. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.